Admiral Zektor's mandibles clicked in satisfaction as his fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system. 300 warships, each the size of a small moon, hung like dark omens against the star field. His species, the hegemony, had conquered 47 systems without losing a single vessel. This primitive world called Earth would be number 48. "Scan for defensive installations," he commanded, his 6 eyes studying the tactical display. The blue-green planet orbited peacefully, unaware that its doom approached. "Admiral," his tactical officer's voice carried confusion, "we're detecting unusual readings. Elaborate. The third planet shows signs of industrial development, but the energy signatures are chaotic, inconsistent, and there are artificial structures throughout the entire system." Zektor's primary eyes narrowed. "Impossible. Our intelligence indicated they had barely achieved faster-than-light communication." "Sir, we're being hailed. Multiple sources. The signals are coming from everywhere." Before Zektor could respond, his bridge filled with crackling transmissions. Dozens of human voices spoke in different languages, all somehow being translated by their universal communicators. "Unknown vessels, this is Mars Defense Command. State your intentions. Asteroid Belt Mining Consortium here. You folks lost? Europa. Station calling. Hope you brought snacks, because this is going to take a while. Titan colony to alien fleet. Welcome to the neighborhood. Population. Way more than you expected." Zektor's scales paled. The intelligence reports had been catastrophically wrong. These humans hadn't just achieved spaceflight, they had colonized their entire system. "Admiral," his sensor operator's voice trembled, "I'm reading over 2 million artificial installations across the system. Space stations, orbital platforms, asteroid habitats, planetary bases, and they're all armed." The tactical display updated, revealing the true scope of human expansion. The asteroid belt wasn't just a collection of rocks, it was a fortress. Thousands of mining platforms had suddenly sprouted weapon arrays. Ceres had revealed itself to be a massive battle station disguised as a dwarf planet. Jupiter's moons weren't just outposts, they were military strongholds. Europa's ice shell cracked open, revealing submarine fleets that launched into space. Io's volcanic surface erupted with missile silos. Ganymede's orbital rings began rotating, transforming into massive railguns. Even tiny Pluto at the system's edge lit up with energy signatures that made Zektor's flagship seem like a toy. "Sir," his communications officer reported, voice barely a whisper, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth itself." The main screen flickered to life, revealing an elderly human female sitting behind a simple desk. She wore glasses and a kind smile that somehow made Zektor's combat-hardened crew shift nervously. "Hello there," the human said pleasantly. "I'm Admiral Sarah Chen, Solar Defense Force. I hope your journey wasn't too tiring. Before we get started, I should probably mention that you're currently in the crosshairs of approximately 50,000 weapons platforms. But don't worry. We're very hospitable once you get to know us." Zektor found his voice. You've militarized your entire system?" Admiral Chen chuckled. "Oh, goodness, no. This is just our standard defensive posture. You should see what we do when we're actually expecting trouble." She paused, consulting something off-screen. "Speaking of which, I should mention that our deep space monitoring stations detected your fleet 3 days ago. We've been tracking you since you entered the heliopause." "Impossible," Zektor snarled. "Our stealth technology is beyond your comprehension." Well, Chen said diplomatically, your stealth technology is certainly impressive. It took our AIs almost 4 whole minutes to crack it. The betting pool was split between 3 and 5 minutes, so you really surprised us. The bridge fell silent except for the nervous clicking of mandibles. Now then, Chen continued, we've done our research on the hegemony. 47 conquered systems, each one a peaceful single-planet civilization. But here's the thing about humans: we spread, we adapt, we prepare, and we really, really don't like bullies. Zektor's tactical officer leaned close. Admiral, our weapons can't lock onto their platforms. They're using some kind of interference field. That's not interference, Chen said, apparently having overheard. That's just Tuesday. We learned long ago that if you're going to live in space, you need to be ready for anything. Solar flares, asteroid impacts, gamma-ray bursts, and occasionally, uninvited guests. She stood up, and the kindly grandmother expression shifted into something that made several of Zektor's crew step backwards. Here's how this is going to work, Chen said. You have 2 choices. Option 1. You turn around and leave our system immediately. We'll even give you safe passage and some of our better shield designs, because frankly, your technology could use some work. And option 2? Zektor managed. Chen's smile returned, but it was sharp as a blade. Option 2 is we demonstrate why the last 47 civilizations you conquered have been sending us detailed intelligence reports about your capabilities for the past 6 months. Turns out, oppressed peoples are very eager to share information with species that specialize in liberation campaigns. The tactical display updated again. Zektor's eyes widened as he saw it, hidden fleets emerging from stealth positions throughout the system. Ships with designs he recognized. The survivors of conquered worlds, their vessels upgraded with human technology, their crews burning for revenge. You see, Chen continued conversationally, humans have this peculiar trait. When someone threatens our home, we don't just defend it. We make sure the threat never ever comes back. And we've made a lot of friends who feel the same way. Zektor's combat computer calculated the odds. 300 ships against millions of platforms, thousands of hidden vessels, and a species that had apparently turned their entire solar system into a trap. The calculation was simple. 0% chance of victory. Zektor's voice cracked slightly. We choose option 1. Excellent choice, Chen beamed. Safe travels, Admiral. And remember, the universe is much bigger than you thought, and humans are much better neighbors than conquerors. As the HFY hegemony fleet turned to leave, Zektor couldn't help but wonder what other civilizations might be out there, learning from humanity's example. The thought made his scales itch. Behind them, Earth continued its peaceful orbit, surrounded by the greatest defensive network in galactic history, manned by the friendliest, most terrifyingly prepared species the universe had ever produced. The welcome mat was always out, but so were the guns.